I'm Lenka DeVor and welcome to our Nottingham News Championship Special. Today's main headlines. The 2022 Championships are well underway with one more day of full competition to go until we know our champion contenders. We have all the latest from the arena. And as we profile more of our intrepid athletes, one is drawing quite a different crowd in light of recent events. More on that later. Yes, it's that time of year again when we dust off our rattles and head down to the arena to see our brilliant players in action. And I'm joined today by Helen Carey and Sean Tallis, who've been watching the various heats very closely. Helen, Sean, let's start with Warrior. Just because I know the question on everyone's lips is when will Mildred and Valerie Singer face off against one another?
Oh, definitely. It is riveting stuff. A mother-daughter rematch. You know, that is something we don't often see. And it's especially significant for Mildred, who's here on her 10th attempt, always blindsided in the past by that last opponent. So having her daughter as competition may give her just the kick she needs to finally make it this time and then take the title home to Gothlaxton.
We've got to remember though that with Warrior, you're not just up against another team like in Swordsman or Gunner. You're also up against other professionals who aren't in the competition. And that gauntlet bout is tough anyway. You're having to hold on to this with all these new, unfamiliar faces just coming at you.
Presumably they're not all newcomers for Mildred though, after 9 tries.
Inevitably, some will have been recycled, yes. You know, it's a lot of work for the organizers bringing in those surprise opponents, so naturally some do come back, and many of them are previous competitors. Hecate knows Mildred might even be an opponent next year.
Valerie's no pushover though. I mean, look at that flag round. And she made short work of Sam Coates, the Maulston hopeful. She's really got the stamina and the razor-sharp brain that you need to anticipate your opponent's moves. I'll bet Francis Pike couldn't believe his luck at being on her team, even if he did end up face down in the mud.
In fairness to Francis, he is the amateur and his only practice before this tournament was on the office photocopier, if his colleagues are to be believed.
I'm sure he's had better opponents than the photocopier, but all jokes aside, that's not the kind of practice you need if you want to come out on top in this heat. I mean, Hecate love the amateurs. They come in, they're raring to go, but they're up against trained fighters. And that little knockabout you had with your pals just isn't going to cut it.
Oh, I agree with Sean. I love the amateurs, but it's always the same. I mean, just look at Vera Morgan in the gunner category. She really has put in the hours on her sharpshooting, practicing in her garden for years before she was chosen for this heat. But there really is no substitute for proper training when it comes to the other rounds. Moving targets, clay pigeon, you just can't assume it's the same discipline. I had this shock when I first started, and it took me ages to get the hang of the clay pigeon round, even at Clifton under Janice Quinn. Now, she could hit a moving target at 80 paces.
I suppose that makes the achievements of Tamsin McCullum in the marksman even more amazing.
Oh, what a star. Impeccable horseback. She's so confident and so natural on the field, and only 19. And revising for her exams at Barton in between heats? It's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, Tasman's one of those players that's just got it all. She's got the technical skill, the dedication, the public spirit. Lindsay has unearthed a diamond, and I'm sure she's going to go a long way.
Absolutely. But that said, let's not forget Marcella Hoyle. I mean, that bullseye, what a shot!
Oh, absolutely. Amazing shots.
Masterclass. Total masterclass.
Indeed. I can't wait to see who's facing off for champion on Sunday. But this week hasn't been without its drama, as tensions continue to simmer over the affair between athlete Zach Mackay and juror Eliza Renton. Now, I wanted to ask you both about this scandal because it raises questions about the transparency of the championship jury and their processes.
Yes, and it is a problem that we do need to be talking about, especially now that some of Zach's co-competitors are speaking out. Shauna Thomas's video has had over 8,000 hits, and you know what? I agree with her. I'd have had reservations about accepting my gunner medal if I did not believe the jury to be fully impartial.
And of course, Zach's career is now at risk with allegations of cheating and corruption.
It is, Lenka, it is, but he's still giving 108%. I don't think we've seen the last of him. It's steel on, steel all the way.
Well, we'll see what the future holds. Thank you both for giving Nottingham News your time.
Always a pleasure.
No worries.
And we have some young future heroes getting in on the action. You remember Ella and Matt Davenport from Tuckenham Grammar and their sponsored garden Sodathon? Well, it's now gone absolutely viral, and they've raised a fantastic 6,000 Okies for the sustainability effort. Friends and teachers have been cheering them on, and we at Nottingham News are just as proud of you. And as always in Champions Week, the main roads around Nottingham are chock-a-block. And while most of us take the bottlenecks in our stride, some residents have taken their grievances over the morning commute to social media. Here at Nottingham News, we'd rather focus our energy on supporting our travelling athletes. They've been making it to the arena on time. Just get up earlier, folks. Weather watch now, and fortunately for our athletes, the worst of Storm Gwyneth passed us by and it's been a sunny, if a little blustery, Champions Week. However, the Nottingham Meteorological Office have now raised the weather warning level to red and are instructing citizens to expect droughts in the coming days as temperatures continue to rise. So, don't scrimp on the sunblock and remember to take plenty of fluids with you when attending events. And finally tonight, guess who our roving camera spotted cozying up in the stands at the speed hurdles? Yes, it's Hannah Brock, taking some much needed cooling off time from her new movie, Sisters of the Stones. Here, celebrating her 6th anniversary with her partner, Martha Greville. Oh, look how cute they are. Talk about champion shipping. And that's all we have time for on this special championship edition of Nottingham News. Thank you for joining us, and for more stories, go to our website on screen now and in the link below. Until next time, take care, stay safe and help whoever and whomever you can, especially in this Champions Week. Goodbye until next time, and may Hecate bless you.